It's green flag time. Let's get this show on the road. Madison Tall dominates and wins. Trey Wright wins the Indianapolis 200.
Miles out of nowhere is gonna steal it.
It's going to be Mike Fink Jr., number 38. Winnie Crouch is going to take the win here at Pocono. Side by side.
They're going to be side by side going down.
Local Millions will win the Coca-Cola 600.
We are the NIRA. Welcome to the Phoenix Raceway in Avondale, Arizona for stop number 3 of the West Coast Swing and stop number 4 of season number 2 for the Cabela's Cup Series, the Safelite AutoGlass 500k. 42 cars is always going to go around this mile track, just a little over a mile, for 63 laps, and it's going to be a good one for sure here in the hot Arizona desert. Welcome up into the booth. This is Fredo Mater, and I am here with Ethan Farley. Farley, we saw a crazy show in the Napa 500 at Auto Club. This is a whole other different beast here. A shorter track, but two of the corners are flat, 2 of the corners are banked. That should provide an interesting challenge for these drivers here.
And it is going to provide a very interesting challenge. A lot of people are questioning if they should go way low and go and pass a lot of people, or stick to the main groove and keep their speed that way. But what I'm going to tell you is always go with your gut. If you know for a fact that the best chance of passing somebody is through that dog leg, go through the dog leg. It doesn't matter. But if you're going 3 wide, you're going to cause issues. If you're going to go 4 wide, oh no. But if you're going to do any of that, just stay safe, boys and girls. The hot Arizona desert, it doesn't make you dumber. But it can definitely make you screw up whenever you're overheating.
And
if anything,
wear you out too.
Yeah, it could definitely wear you out, if anything. But so far in happy hour, whenever we were looking upon that, you want to know what's a fun fact? Casey Holland, the 42 Texaco Javelin Dodge, decided to bring the best equipment that they've had out every weekend, but they put it into their A game and got the first place finishing position in happy hour. I don't know where they got that, when they got that from, but if they had that in qualifying, oh boy, we'd have history.
Yeah, speaking of qualifying, we had Kanan Biller topping the qualifying standings ahead of William Brock. He will be leading us to the green flag in a couple of minutes. Meantime, let's go down trackside. We'll take a look at your whole starting lineup as well as do the pace lap, and we'll do predictions, just not for me because I can't predict and not jinx someone to save my life. Let's go down trackside. And the engines fire here at Phoenix Raceway. 42 strong, gonna roll off the pit road. Kanan Biller, William Brock, Dale Lightning, Trey Wright, Stephen Colon, Ben Young, Brady Ugest, Evan Hunter, Jason Dady, and Nonagon Scott going to make up the top 10 here in the Arizona desert. Ethan, do you have any picks, man?
If anything, I'm probably gonna go with the person that won the DLP IndyCar Series championship, Dale Lightning. He has been fast here at Phoenix, so I'm not going to be surprised if he's going to make an early money move up to the front, going 3 wide past Kanan Biller and William Brock to try and take first place. Let's just hope it's not Auto Club.
Pace car is down. The field's coming around to get the green flag. Ladies and gentlemen, it's green flag racing time. Let's get this show on the road for the final time in the West Coast Swing.
Hot start already. Goodness me. The 25 has just shot up towards second. Stephen Colon not letting up one bit.
It's Kanan Biller who's going to lead lap number 1, the pole sitter, as well as the Daytona 500 winner, taking the first lap of this race. But look at this behind. Everyone cutting down into the dog leg. Look at 4 wide. How about 5 wide potentially as they go through turns 1 and 2. This is going to be tight coming off the turn. Look out back there. Still 4 wide. They've sorted all that out. I think they're all good now. As we've completed 2 laps, that's an achievement in and of itself with how wide this field can get side by side going off into the turns here. That's dangerous. Like just ahead, you see Mark Sy going on the inside there, making that 4 wide. Casey Holland on the low line. There's 4 wide back there. Owen Miles, the points leader coming into this race, was right back in the middle of that. He does not need a bad run. He's riding a top 10 streak right now. 3 top 10s in the first 3 races for that 48 team.
So far, with how many 4 wides there are, I'm literally holding my breath every time I see one. But if anything, I can actually exhale now because with the skills of these
round
guys,
goes Rodney Crouch behind, and a huge pileup. Casey Holland's in it. Sebastian Kukulon, Niall O'Hare gets a little piece. Owen Miles made it through though. Gatlin Downey's going to be late getting to the scene in the 66. He'll come around. I think he's okay. Kanan Biller leads at the caution flag by half a second. He led every single lap since the green flag flew. Stephen Colon second, William Brock third, Jason Dady fourth, and Brady Ugest in the 5th position.
I always have a question. How in the world did your pick from Auto Club get that late of your bad luck? That was very delayed. Anyways, it sucks for Casey Holland. She was not prepared for that. I wasn't prepared for Crouch to get involved in that. And I just said how good that they were of holding on to 4 wide.
Yeah, but just like that, things can change very quickly at this hot track here. The hot track surface, there's a lot of slick on the racetrack. It does mean a lot of side by side, but it also does mean that they can get way too tight. So we saw a lot of cars going down underneath the lines there through the corners and on the dog leg, obviously trying to make moves and get past each other, but very risky racing going on very, very early in this race, much earlier than I was expecting. I thought they might play it safe at the start, but no, they were just going all in off the start.
That's definitely the case with Stephen Colon, who went 3 wide multiple times to pass close to anybody that was in front of him to get to second.
Well, as the field continues to pace here under this caution, we'll go back real quick and take a look at what happened to put us under this first yellow flag. So watching from the top here, you see, I think that's Roman Fenway that turned Rodney Crouch around. Gatlin Downey got caught up with that. Casey Holland, an innocent bystander in that 42. Camden Jezorski getting turned around on the inside. Doesn't look like anybody got too much damage there except for, I guess, actually not much damage to the 40 either. So everyone looked like got out of that fairly okay. I think they're all going to be able to go on.
And here we are going into turn 2. You can see Roman Fenway getting into the quarter panel of Rodney Crouch, turning him sideways, and it all just piles in from there. Again, it's just some simple. It's somebody getting into the other driver's quarter panel. It wasn't too much, but again, a lot of other drivers scrambling around. especially Casey Holland, trying just to get out of there, but not much going into turn 3. Yeah, turn 3, and being able to just sort of get minimal damage on her front.
She did a very good job keeping the damage to a minimum in that Texaco Haviland Dodge there, as did Camden Jeziorski, Gatlin Downey, Rodney Crouch, even Niall O'Hare. Saw him get up and scrape along the wall for a second, but I think he'll be able to go on too in that Scott's 99. Well, the track is clear, we're good to go, so let's head to the restart. Nobody out of the race as a result of that first incident. Still all 42 cars on the track. Everybody still on the lead lap as well. Pace cars down. We're good to go. Green flag racing again. Kanan Biller, Stephen Cologne, William Brock, Jason Dady, Brady Ugest. Green flag once again in Avondale.
25 already with the quick move. He went up to give the 16 a chance to block him just so he could dive down, choose into the inside, go into a little bit of the dog leg to take the lead.
Look at them piling in as they went through turns 1 and 2, down the backstretch and into 3. Cologne trying to make that inside line work. He will lead lap number 9 and on to lap number 10. Trying to get there. Look at everyone diving down in the dogleg, trying to get every piece of real estate they can. Jason Dady forces it in. Teammate of Stephen Cologne on the low side to the lead. What a pass. You're not quite going to get there. Whoa, Mark Saya in the back. Almost got turned by Nathan Stapleton, the 41. A great save by the Morgan McClure car. 3 wide at the stripe. What is this? Jason Dady led that lap. Oh my goodness.
Jason Dady just came in like a house of fire. Are we sure that Jason Dady is the one in that car?
Absolutely sure. He hasn't had a very good start to the season. He had an abysmal season number 1, but man, what a drive early on here in the Safelite AutoGlass 500k for him. A Hendrick 1-2 up front, Jason Dady in the 5, Stephen Cologne in the 25. Then it's Brady Ugest moving into 3rd position. William Brock, that's a couple of Gibbs cars there. Kanan Biller falling to the 5th position. Another Gibbs car there on the outside. Evan Hunters, we saw, I believe that was Rodney Crouch on the pit road getting service on that 40. He's probably still trying to fix the damage. He will fall. He's now actually 2 laps down as a result now. Ben Grorge in the 78. He's been fast to start this season. There he is moving into the picture. The 15 of Darian Arnsdorf right behind. Side by side with the teammates up here, William Brock and Brady Ugest. Ugest the Vegas winner on the outside lane. He made the outside lane work through the bank turns.
I still can't get my head wrapped around this. Rodney Crouch coming in. He's going to be the deciding factor as he comes into turn 2. As you can see, Jason Dady now
with
a major lead. And here we go, and he saves it.
Oh my goodness. He slid up to try to get out of the way. I believe Brady slipped up into his back quarter. Almost turned him around again. Rodney's actually carrying some pretty good speed there for being, what is he, 3 laps down now? Yes, he is. He's still got good speed. If only he was on the lead lap, he would be up there battling for the win right now.
I got a little scared of 38 and 20 right now. That being William Brock and Trey Wright. He got way tight, and I'm terrified.
Yeah, they nearly went
probably
4
because
wide
of the M&M's Halloween colors.
Yep, he about got spooked there going through turns 1 and 2 the last time. They tried going 4 wide. I'm not sure they still won't do that behind. Look at this. They are 4 wide. Now they go back to 3. Stapleton backs out of it. Mark Saw on the inside of Titan Nicholas, and Noah Clifton is right in the middle of that. Stapleton on the low line. Here comes Keegan Thompson on the low side. Look through the dog leg. 4 wide. Off into the turn. Now they back out of it. Back to 3 by 3 going through turns 1 and 2. Oh, this is tense racing. This is tense.
This is terrifying because, like, never have I seen people hold it 3 wide for that long of a run. But, like, goodness me. Oh. But, like, as you can see, Titan Nicholas is sort of not fallen back as much as we thought. The 24 Keegan Thompson quickly catching up with that beautiful color. But, as you can see, the RPM entry of Titan Nicholas trying to push the 41 of Nathan Stapleton. Not too much, but he was able to get the pass going into the dog leg. But the number 4 Lucas Oil Machine sort of just falling back, going side by side with Titan Nicholas. As you can see, a lot of cars just sort of trying to get around each other as we're going into turn number 3, as you can see. But the number 15 quickly charging the third. Goodness! Or, not third, my apologies.
He is going into, I believe, that is the 7th position. Evan Hunter currently listed in the 6th position. Meanwhile, let's check in up front. Jason Dady continues to lead this race. It's Stephen Cologne 2nd, Kanan Biller 3rd, Rodney Crouch. It's Ben's his son. He was in the 40 last season. Cut me a break. Rodney is a lap car currently getting in the process of being passed by William Brock, who's got a fast car. He was the outside pole sitter. Ben Grorich, a really good run for that Furniture Row team in the 5th position there. And it's Evan Hunter, Darian Arnsdorf, Brady Ugess, Trey Wright, and Ben Young to round out the top 10. But look who's knocking on the top 10. Titan Nicholas in the 43, going for the 11th position there.
Like I said, if anybody has a house of fire to run with, you can achieve a lot of stuff. As you can also see, the number 4, the Las Vegas pole sitter, the number 4, Mark Side, battling him out as ever. But again, if you have a house of fire, as we've seen with Jason Dady, you could do a lot with that if you just get that gut feeling.
And he has pulled away big time ahead of Stephen Cologne. That's almost a full second over his teammate, and it is 0.6 of a second from Cologne back to Kanan Biller. This line of 3, Rodney might actually be helping them a little bit to get back up to the 25 there on the straightaways. Cologne closed in a little bit. He closed in 5 100ths to his teammate. But Jason Dady's just kind of on cruise control right now as we get to the just past 1/3 over with this race. Expecting pit cycles probably, I would say, around lap 35 to 40 or so. Just expect these guys to want to try to split this race. They're getting plenty of off-throttle time, so no reason to be completely worried about fuel until everyone else decides to come down the pit road.
Yeah, it's always going to be a gamble whenever you come to think of, like, a lot of stuff, especially with pit cycles. Whenever pit cycles come in, that's when you have to get your A game going. But with people like Rodney Crouch, who, even while laps down, are still way ahead of anybody else in the main pack, as you can see Keegan Thompson going into dogleg trying to get past him. But could it be enough? Yes, it will. Almost. Yes. As the 41 of Nathan Stapleton gets there.
Oh, did he just get into the back of him? Going off into 3. Clifton, a bad entry in that 0-1. And now Nikolay Sykes might have a chance to pounce in that number 44. Not quite close enough to make a move in turn 1, though. But we're seeing the side-by-side start to fade as we get closer to the halfway point. The tires are starting to wear a bit more. And they're obviously, the drivers yelling, well, not necessarily yelling, but talking to their teams on the radio, going over strategy to try to figure out when they want to come down and do their service, because they're going to need to do one before they get to the end of this race, as Jason Dady has a huge lead over Stephen Cologne's 1.39 seconds between the two Hendrick cars.
Jason Dady was a surprise entrant. We didn't even talk about him when he came into the lead. But now he's in the lead 1 second ahead of his teammate, and it looks like nobody else is going to be able to touch him up until pit cycles, but it's going to be a little risky whenever the laps start winding down and the lap cars stay out.
He's pretty much been flawless since the restart for the last incident, hasn't he? It's almost 2 seconds between. Well, it was almost 2 seconds. Cologne took off a little bit of time there that lap, but he's not going to be anywhere close to him when they get to pit cycles here. As Eli Bright's on the pit road, an early entry for him, as we see a very tight side-by-side there. It's Roman Fenway. Wow, he's moving up 3 positions just going down the straightaway there. Titan Nicholas, Trey Wright, and Ben Young all on the inside there.
Roman Fenway, once again, another person we haven't talked about. He has a house of fire as well, but he's gaining up close to around where Rodney is, as of, well, not Rodney, but the 18 close. But if anything, if he can catch up to the 18, they keep on drafting for a minute. It's sort of like what the 11 and the 15 are doing, trying just to get up to somebody, the 78 mainly, the 78 of Ben Gorick, or Gorich, whichever one. But the 11 of Evan Hunter, is just sort of riding around, biding his time until pit cycles actually start up, and we will see what can happen.
The gap up front between Jason Dady and Stephen Cologne, 2.16 seconds now between the two Hendrick cars. Jason Dady just kind of chugging along right now. As oh, this helps. Caden Biller is going to go to the inside of Stephen Cologne, and nobody's going to come to the pit road just yet. Rodney's getting right up in the mix there, in that number 40. He may be 3 laps down, but he is showing great speed in that number 40. As where is Eli Bright? He's still on the pit road in that number 8. Currently listed 6 laps down. What in the world has gone on with Eli Bright?
I think it's a mechanical issue.
Whatever it is, that is going to be a costly fix for that number 8. And he will be on pit road, or possibly even out of this race. Now he is 7 laps down, and still, I don't believe, still has not come off the pit road. So a bad break for Eli Bright in the 8.
A bad break for the number 8 machine of Eli Bright, but a great break from the number 5 of Jason Dady of the Hendrick stable. Hendrick has not won a race yet so far. I think Jason Dady, with the House of Fire that he has in his car, I think he's going to be able to be the first Hendrick car to get to victory lane if nobody goes into the pits. Rodney Crouch just doesn't care if he's 3 laps down anymore. I think he just wants to get the 16 up there.
Another thing, I don't think we've seen we've actually seen all 3 manufacturers. I'm thinking of the Scotts Grand National. Scotts Grand National, we had not seen a Ford win to this point. But here in the Cup Series, we saw Caden Biller in a Ford win at Daytona. We saw the Chevy of Brady Yu just win at Las Vegas. And we saw the Dodge of Nick Kennedy win at Auto Club. So all 3 manufacturers have a win in this season so far. But the gap just Look at how big it is. 3.04 seconds. And now he's going to come onto pit road. What did I say? 35, 40 laps. Jason Dady's the first to come down. That might be good for him to be the first one to come down.
It's going to be very good for him to be the first one to come down. It gives him, well, it doesn't really give him much fresher tires, but it gives him enough fuel to sort of attempt to lap everybody else besides him, as we'll start to see others go into the pit road, hopefully.
Ben
Nope.
Gorich down the
never
pit
mind.
road. Darian Arnsdorf going to also come down. Trey Wright, Titan Nicholas. Oh, a bunch of them. But a bunch stayed out also. So maybe going later is better because you have better stuff longer or later in the race. So that may be what these guys are going after. William Brock's going to come in. Stephen Colon and Caden Biller stay out. Brady Ugest and Roman Fenway come in. Mark Sy comes in. Stapleton and Thompson stay out. Kennedy, Smith, Benjamin, Collins, and that's Dady coming around. So these 6 or 7 cars up here are the only ones that have not come down yet, but definitely expecting that as they come around this time. And here they come.
The 16, the 25, Kanan Biller, and the 25 of Stephen Colon finally heading into the pits. I think he wanted to attempt to put the number 4 a lap down just to keep his lead, but doubt it. Mainly because of one thing. Jason Dady is very fast, and if you let him get back into the lead, you're kind of putting yourself into all kinds of the screwed box.
Well, there's Kanan sitting in stall number 1 on pit road, waiting to see if Dady comes around. He was listed a lap down when Biller came in, looking for that number 5. Where did he go? There he is. He is on the lead lap now, but is he going to be able to beat the number 16 off? Watch as they come off. I don't believe so. I think that coming in later may have actually benefit these guys here. We'll see. We'll see if Dady. Oh, well, I take that back. Dady overtook everyone, and Evan Hunter fell into the 2nd position. Ben Gorich 3rd, Darian Arnsdorf 4th, William Brock 5th, and just smooth sailing. I don't believe anybody is going to catch the number 5 at this point unless we have a caution. And poor Eli Bright still on the pit road, now listed 15. And yes, you are hearing that right. 15 laps down. 16 now, with less than 20 laps to go.
If anything, with 20 laps to go, that gives the number 5 of Jason Dady all kinds of room and all kinds of comforts, knowing that the 11 is nowhere near his back bumper. If anything, that sort of gives him a little bit more ease to calm down. Yeah, going in later means fresher tires, but that also means if the leader that you tried to put a lap down is out there and at full speed, it sort of messes a lot of things up.
And they did not gain on Dady at all that time, but the last time by. We'll see what it is this time. 4.44, 4.47. They are not gaining on him at all. So Dady is just going to try to cruise it home. I believe the battle for the win is over, but still a battle throughout the field going on. Here's Trey Wright slipping up. Mark Sy going to go to the inside. That's for 9th. Wright's going to hold on, though.
I think the only thing that Evan Hunter can hope for is a caution, but of course you got to knock on wood first. hopefully that no caution can come out. But if Jason Dady has that fire, has that speed, he's able to get there.
Ryan Benjamin going to the inside of Jimmy Hogan, the 77. That is for the 25th position. Now going to set his sights on Tyler Mills in the 97. Ryan Benjamin came one position away from getting his third career Cabela's Cup Series victory last week in the Napa 500 at Auto Club. Came one position short of that man right there, Nick Kennedy in the 45. And not the run that either one of them wanted, following up that showing over in Southern California. But at least they've got clean race cars, and they're going to be right in the middle of the field, so they shouldn't have to worry too much about losing points. But here's side by side. This is for second. Darren Arnsdorf trying to pull a slide job on Evan Hunter. Not quite able to get there, going down the back stretch. Evan Hunter is going to hold on. But, man, that just ruined probably any chance they had of catching Mr. Jason Dady right here. If the pit strategy call before didn't, getting side by side like that most certainly did.
Jason Dady with a major lead coming from all of it. The 40 of Rodney Crouch and being nowhere near. But so far it's just going to be a battle for second as the 15 DEI entry battles for the 11 Joe Gibbs FedEx Chevy.
They are nose to tail going through turn 1 and 2. Hunter is able to hold on to it right now. Seeing the 78 of Ben Grorich moving into the picture there in the 4th position. A great run for him. Well, unfortunately for points leader Owen Miles, seeing where he is scored right now, he is currently listed in the, I don't see him in the 30. Oh, there he is, 35th. So unfortunately it looks like the top 10 streak is going to come to an end for the driver of the 48. Potentially might even lose the points lead once again to Kanan Biller, who is running in the 9th position. As we had 10 laps to go now, and Arnsdorf's going to go to the inside of the 11 of Hunter. I think he's actually going to get the position this time, and yes he will, but here comes Grorich on the inside. Grorich in the 78. Powers to the inside of the Gibbs entry.
The 78 Furniture Roche trying to get past the DEI engines of well-known acclaim and well-known power. But so far, if anybody is going to keep any sense of anything,
Whoa!
I would say, oh dear Lord.
What a move by William Brock, passing 2 cars at once and making it look easy down low. How did that car stick? It was amazing.
20 just said, get out of my way.
Meanwhile, the gap up front to the lead is now 4.99 seconds. It was 5.23 seconds, but it has shrunk a little bit. Not that anybody's getting in the way of Jason Dady right now. He's just trying everything he can to just cruise home clean. As Arnsdorf going to go to the inside, Camden Jezyorski in the 88. That damaged Robert Yates racing car. They'll get by him, but not without losing 2 more hundredths of a second to the number 5 Delphi Chevrolet.
Whatever they put in the number 5 Chevy, it sort of just brought whatever happened in Phoenix. So if anything, get prepared for the number 5 to possibly do better. But right now in commentary, it's sort of boring to see the leader just dominate, but it's always interesting to see second place battle it out as if it were for the lead.
Well, another move to the
Another
inside by
way.
William Brock. What a move. He's now to the second position on Darren Arnsdorf. Arnsdorf's going to be right there on the high side. He's going to try to cross to the inside. Brock protects the bottom. Moving into the 4th position back there, it's Evan Hunter. Ben Grorich falls to 5th. Roman Fenway in the 0-7 up to 6. Good points day for him. 7th place is going to be, I believe, it's going to be, where's the 38? Trey Wright there in the 7th position. Side by side there for 8th. Stapleton moves into the 8th position. Kanan Biller falls to 9th. Mark Sy 10th, but plenty side by side going on behind. Here is another one back here. Hendrick teammates, Nikolay Sykes and Stephen Cologne. Sykes going to get the advantage. Oh, not quite. Cologne's going to have a little bit of an advantage on the outside. Not before Sykes dives down through the dogleg, though.
Sykes always the type that finds some form of strategy, but so far I think he's just trying to ride it all out throughout, and right now if he can just get past the 01, as right now side by side battle, but so far nothing. The 20 made a get out of my way move, just diving on deep, just sending her all the way through and just getting to second without any problem.
The gap up front, 4.26 seconds the last time. So we saw Keegan Thompson go underneath Titan Nicholas there to make the pass for the 14th position. Oh, trouble for the 24. He blows up as they cross the finish line with 2 laps to go. 4 wide going off into the turn. As the white flag, Cologne's going to get a 3-for-1 special going through 1 and 2. As the white flag is going to come out at the line for Jason Dady in search of his first career Cabela's Cup Series victory. William Brock will finish 2nd, Darren Arnsdorf 3rd, Evan Hunter 4th, Roman Fenway 5th. The only car that's going to be unable to finish, Rodney Crouch in the 40. But at the end of the day, the story is all about this man right here, Jason Dady. First win in the Cabela's Cup Series for this driver, and first win in the Cabela's Cup Series as well for Hendrick Motorsports.
I think Hendrick had some issues just dealing in the Cabela's Cup Series throughout Season 1 and throughout some of the races, but they figured it out. They got it locked in, especially with Jason Dady, and they actually were able to bring home a Hendrick Chevy into victory lane to be showered.
3 West Coast races and 3 first-time winners. Heck, 4 first-time winners for the whole season so far. Kanan Biller, Brady Ugest, Nick Kennedy, and now Jason Dady. 4 different winners in 4 different races to start off season number 2. Let's take a look at your official standings right here. Jason Dady wins with a margin of victory of 4.133 seconds over William Brock. Darian Arnsdorf 3rd, then Evan Hunter, Roman Fenway, Ben Grorich, Nathan Stapleton, Kanan Biller, Trey Wright, and Mark Sy round out the top 10. Take a look at the rest of your standings there. Keegan Thompson, apparently it was a header problem on that number 24. He joins Rodney Crouch as the only 2 cars unable to finish this race. Eli Bright stayed on the pit road for 36 laps for whatever the reason, but he will come home in the 42nd position. Niall O'Hare, Camden Jeziorski, Creed Daniel, the only other cars that were scored off the lead pace. Ethan, any final thoughts, man?
So far, not much. Just Jason Dady just dominated with a house of fire in the engine, just going all the way through. He made it so interesting to make the pass for the lead, going 3 wide, just all the way into the bottom and diving back into the top, and then just soared from there.
And it was an impressive drive to the win by Jason Dady. He dominates the second half of this race after the pit cycles and brings home the victory here in the desert. For Ethan Farley, this is Freedomator. We'll see y'all in race 5 at Pikes Peak. Y'all have a good one.